Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairatul Nikmah. I'm from class B 2019. Okay, now here I'm going to explain a part of genre of English text types in junior high school class 9 based on 2013 curriculum. Okay, before that, what is genre? Genre, in a small meaning, genre is a kind of text. Meanwhile, broadly, genre is viewed as a social process, which is the social and cultural background underlying the creation of text. And there are 5 genres for teaching in junior high school. They are narrative text, recount text, descriptive text, report text, and procedure text. But here, I just explained 3 uh, of that. That is procedure text, narrative text, and report text. Okay. Okay, first is procedure text. Procedure text is there are 3 definitions about procedure text. First, text that explain how something works or how to use instruction or operation manuals. Second, text that instructs how to do a particular activity. And third, text that deal with human behavior. What does that mean? That's mean like we need to eat, right? We have to eat. So that is behavior. Not that is not really behavior, but yeah, that is behavior. And then for it we have to cook, right? No. So for cooking we need the instruction or steps to do that. That is mean text that deal with human behavior. The generic structure is goal. Goal example, how to make spaghetti, how to use the fan, how to make a omelette and something like that. And the second, material or ingredients, example, egg, uh, a onion, vegetables, we need a pan, knife, etc. And third is steps. Example, first, wash the tomatoes, um, peel the bananas, and etc. And then purpose of the procedure text. First, to explain or tell the reader how to make or operate or do something through, through a sequence of actions or steps. Second, to explain steps or instructions to make or operate or do something. And then the language feature or the characteristic of the text. So this is the characteristic of procedure text. First is use adverbial of sequence or using temporal conjunction. Example, first, second, third, the last, next, finally, etc. Second, use command or imperative sentence. Example, put the noodles, cut the union, peel the bananas, etc. Third, using adverbials to express detail, the time, place, manner, accurate. For example, for 5 minutes, 2 hours until the golden brown, etc. Fourth, using action verb. Example, make, take, boil, cook, cut, etc. And the last, using simple present tense or verb 1. Next is narrative text. Narrative text, the definition. There are 3 definitions about narrative text, but I just mentioned one. First, narrative text is an imaginative story to entertain people. Second, narrative text is a spoken or written account of connect events and a story. And the third, narrative text is narrative part of a literary work as distinct from dialogue. Next, generic structure. There are orientation. The orientation, it is about the opening paragraph where the characters of the story are introduced, like who sorry, who they are, who is he, where they live, and something like that. Second, complication. Complication is where the problems in the story develop. There is a conflict in complication. The third of the structure is resolution. Resolution is where the problems in the story is solved. There is happy endings, ending, bad ending, and etc. And then next, the purpose of the narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader with a story. So narrative text is just for entertaining. Yes. And next, characteristic or language features of the text. First, use past tense or verb to, like wrote, um, drunk, killed, etc. Second, a verb of time. Example, once upon a time, one day, 3 years ago, etc. Third, time conjunction. Example, when, then, suddenly, etc. Fourth, specific. This text use specific character. The characters of the story is specific, not general. Like the name of the character itself, like Anna, Elsa, Snow White, uh, etc. Fifth, action verbs, a verb that's shown an action that the characters action, like Elsa wrote or Anna walked, etc. Six, direct speech. It is to make the story lively. Example, Anna said, I'm the queen of I'm a queen of UK. My name is Anna or Elsa, something like that. The direct speech use present tense. That you have to remember the direct speech is used present tense. This is for the direct speech only. Okay, and the last is report text. What is report text? Report text is a text which presents information about something as it is a result of systematic observation and analysis. The generic structure. First, general classification. The general classification stating classification of general aspect of things, animal, public place, plane, outbreaks, pandemic, etc., which will be discussed in general. And the second is description. Descriptions tells what the phenomenon under discussion in terms of art, qualities, habits, or behaviors. Next, the purpose of report text is it is a social purpose is presenting information about something. They generally describe an entire class of things, like whether natural or made, or creators, mammals, the plains, rocks, planets, countries of region, culture, transportation, outbreaks, pandemic, and etc. And then the last is language feature of or characteristic of report text. First, use of general nouns, note particular nouns. General nouns is like hunting dogs. And particular nouns, example, our dog. Second, use of relating verbs to describe features. Example, corona is a virus. Third, some use of action verbs when describing behavior. Example, corona cannot fly, or corona can move, something like that. Fourth, use of timeless present tense to indicate usualness. Example, tropical cyclones always begin over the sea. Next, use of technical terms. Example, isobars are lines drawn on a weather map. And the last or sixth, use of paragraphs with topic sentences to organize bundles of information. Repeat naming of the topic as the beginning focus of the clause. Okay, before close this presentation, I want to say a quote from my favorite idols. From my idol, you have to throw away something to become what you want to be. Kanemoto Yoshinori of Treasure. Okay, thank you so much for listening to me and pay attention to me. Sorry for the mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.